I had always thought of myself as a patient and perceptive man, someone who noticed the little details others often missed. But nothing could have readied me for the shocking truth about my wife, Maggie. I believed our marriage was solid. We had created a life full of shared memories, laughter, and unspoken trust. Yet all of that crumbled one stormy evening when my instincts, usually so reliable, started sending alarm bells I couldn't ignore. It began subtly. Maggie, who had always been attentive and engaged, started drifting away. She began working late more frequently, disappearing for weekends with vague explanations, and avoiding any meaningful conversation about her day. Her phone, once always within reach, became a guarded secret. She would rush past me whenever I approached, shielding her screen as if hiding something. At first, I brushed it off. Maybe work had simply grown demanding. But an uneasy feeling gnawed at me, persistent and impossible to silence. One night, as she left for a supposed work gathering, I found myself staring after her, a pit of doubt growing in my stomach. Eventually, I couldn't ignore it any longer. I needed to know the truth for myself. I followed her. I waited until she left, started my car, and carefully trailed her through the rainy, twisting streets. My pulse pounded as she turned onto an unfamiliar road, far from the office building she claimed to be attending. She pulled into a small upscale hotel on the outskirts of the city. I parked a few blocks away, heart racing, trying to make sense of what I was witnessing. Had Maggie really betrayed me? A man followed her inside, someone I didn't know, someone she had never mentioned. My worst fears were unfolding in real time. Hours later, they emerged. She was close to him, laughing, flushed with what I could only imagine was affection. A brief kiss on the cheek, and then they parted. I couldn't breathe. It was undeniable she was having an affair. I drove aimlessly afterward, grappling with shock, anger, and heartbreak. Returning home, I forced myself to act normal. I greeted her, smiling as though nothing had changed, but inside, I was unraveling. The days that followed blurred into a haze of quiet torment. I didn't confront her immediately. I needed time to steel myself, to plan how I could uncover irrefutable proof. I hired a private investigator, gathering photos, messages, and even video evidence of Maggie meeting her lover at various locations. It was clear this wasn't a passing fling. It was a full-blown relationship. Finally, the moment came. Maggie returned home late one night. I had everything I needed. Standing in the living room, I waited. When she walked in, she smiled, but the expression didn't reach her eyes. "Hey, how was your day?" she asked, trying to sound casual. "Maggie, we need to talk," I said, calm but unyielding. "I know about the affair." Her face went pale. I showed her the photos, the undeniable evidence. She crumpled into herself, silent at first, then whispered, trembling, "I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to happen." "Not mean for it to happen?" I asked, my voice barely controlled. "You've been deceiving me for months, and now I'm supposed to believe it was an accident." Her silence was telling. She sank onto the couch, burying her face in her hands. But I felt nothing but resolve. I had been living a lie, and now it had to end. "I don't know exactly how long this has been going on," I said, "but I know one thing. It ends tonight." Her eyes filled with regret, tears spilling down her cheeks. "Please, I never wanted to hurt you, but it was too late. The trust was shattered. No apologies could repair the damage." I told her to leave. For the first time in years, I felt truly alone. The person I had trusted most in the world had betrayed me in the deepest way imaginable. That night, I packed my things and left. The following days were consumed with legal matters and the harsh reality of a marriage falling apart. There were moments when I questioned my decision, wondering if perhaps I should have given her a chance to explain. But deep down, I knew I couldn't sacrifice my peace for a relationship built on lies. Eventually, the divorce was finalized. Life slowly returned to a new normal. It wasn't easy, but I found strength to heal, to rebuild, and even to trust again. I eventually found love once more, but I would never forget that night. The night I confronted the betrayal, the night I reclaimed control over my life. Sometimes, the hardest part isn't uncovering the lies others tell. It's facing the truths we've been hiding from ourselves. And only when we confront them can we truly begin to heal.